Hi everybody, my name is Arvind Ratnayak. I'm a freelance naturalist and a travel and tourism consultant. The reason that I want to do this video is because, like all of you guys, I was taken away by the recent news of this great Tusker Dalaput was passing away by poachers for ivory. Yes, we got the ivory, we caught the guys were going to get the best penalty possible there, but it was too late, right? The elephant was passed away. So, but the sort of a silver lining thing that I saw is that soon as this news went public, everybody from Facebook, especially from Facebook and social media, was talking about it from all walks of life, talking about the importance of Dalaputua and being mourning the situation, and also putting what you call Facebook protesting by changing cover pages, changing profile pictures, sharing messages. So for me, this was a moment that we should capitalize on, because we got the attention. Yes, what happened was unfortunate, but we got the attention of our publics, especially our younger generation. So me as a tourism guy, as a consultant, who, like most of you guys who are in tourism, who are watching this video, this is our livelihood. This is what I know. This is how I'm going to live for next 20 to 30 years of my life. So tourism industry of Sri Lanka heavily relies on natural resources or natural attractions, because we are not Dubai. People doesn't come here to see the cities. Yes, we do have certain amount of man-made attractions, but the main attraction of Sri Lanka, it's its beautiful beaches, it's amazing wildlife, it's blue whales, it's leopards, it's elephants, the beautiful Nakas mountain range, the beautiful Horton plains, the great Singaraja rainforest. These are the things that we people come to see from all over the world. And beg the question, right? If you destroy or if you pollute all of these amazing attractions, there won't be any tourism. And everybody talks about how important tourism to Sri Lanka is. Especially after the war, tourism became one of the greatest growth industries. Tourism brings humongous amount of foreign investment and foreign currency to Sri Lanka. It has created a humongous amount of jobs in Sri Lanka, and the growth of tourism industry because of that is vital for Sri Lanka. But in other sense, the growth of this industry is also threatening our natural attractions. So whenever we want to create huge big resorts, or we want to create this next big attractions, we have to do infrastructure development, we have to reclaim 100, 500 acres of land, we have to build these great resources. Doing so, we are also destroying the natural habitations of these amazing animals. And also, look at agriculture, right? Over 2 million tourists who comes here demands more vegetables, more rice, or more of everything. So people has to farm. That is also mean we have to increase our crops. We may have to do more farming. So that is also encroaching, especially human-elephant conflict. One of the baddest things about human-elephant conflict is that elephants coming into farmland and get killed, and the farmers getting killed. So we are around 200 plus elephants in every year we get killed because of that. So what we need is a balance, especially in tourism industry. If this is the industry that is going to take Sri Lanka to the next height in development. So we need to create a balance. So the balance is like this. So like in year 2010 we had like 500,000 to 600,000 tourists. Now today we are getting, in 2017, end of 2017, we are getting around 2 million or more travelers. So as an example, one of the reasons they come to see is Sri Lanka is one of the highlighted reason is to see the leopards of Yala, to see the amazing elephant gathering in an area. So I want you to get this into context. So we had a period of around less than 1 million tourists. Now that's 2 million. So the number of people who goes to see Mineria, the Yala, the blue whales in Mirissa or the Knuckles is doubling. And also we have to count the huge influx of a newer middle class coming in, and the local tourists are also coming up. So what's the threshold for mid-area elephants? Because what we see when you go to the mid-area is just lots of elephants and lots of jeeps. But a lot of jeeps is also, as somebody who study these animals, I think it's a very obvious thing, is that when we have lots of jeeps, these elephants, we are actually kind of limiting their interaction, social interaction. We are limiting their mating behavior. We are limiting the time that moms and the families has to teach a baby elephant. So we are actually impacting their social behavior. If we are impacted one mating ritual, we are actually stopping a generation of elephants. So what's bad? A poaching or thousands of jeeps in mid-area? So we have to work this out, especially with leopard population. We are doing the same with leopards. For tourists, it's Instagram. For travel agent, it's the money. But we are stopping these animals interacting socially. We are stopping their mating behaviors. We are stopping, because what's happening. There's no studies. There is always studies about how many tourists are there, right? So recently I got to know that we are also expecting around 4 million tourists in 2025 or so. I mean, that's good in a statistic way, that's good in an economical way, that's good in a sort of a human way, right? That means a lot of jobs and blah blah blah. But what's about animals? What about the natural resources of Sri Lanka? So we need to think about this. If not, we're going to destroy by 2025. We'll be the next Bali, because all due respect to Sri Lanka, Bali or Thailand, a lot of people come to Sri Lanka because those countries and those attractions are getting overcrowded, overpopulated. And because of that, they come to Sri Lanka as an alternative. But if we destroy all these things, what can happen? Because in South Coast, there's lots of example of that. Even a good example is a place like Mimuri, which is probably the most pristine and most isolated Nakas Mau village, which is today is being destroyed especially by local tourists. In this case, the polythene is everywhere, garbage are everywhere. The villagers are now protesting because that is interrupting their livelihood. So we, as tourist people, we have to think about it. Yes, we will always tell, oh, my hotel is eco and my travel agent is sustainable and ethical, blah blah blah. But you have to understand, we already have these animals, these natural resources are being threatened because of human activities. So we have to create, if not, there's no balance, because we already destroyed or damaged our ecosystem. Small things is not going to work in this way. What we need is a holistic or all-around approach. What we need is all travel agents saying that we want to be sustainable, not like one or two become sustainable, or we just be unsustainable, or just call ourselves eco. What we need is a holistic approach. And I think this, again, I'm just talking from my heart, is that what we need is a debate within travel industry, within the travel and tourism younger generation, is about how we're going to take Sri Lanka tourism for the next 10 years. And it's also the biggest topic that we should talk about is the numbers, because in tourism we always like to call numbers, arrival numbers, or how many tourists we get. So are we going for the quantity or the quality? That's a question we should ask. Do we need 4 million tourists, or do we need 1 million quality tourists? We have to wait. And again, quality is not money. This is something that in Sri Lanka we always get it wrong, because you might get a backpacker which is environmentally friendly, which is amazing for the people. They are very friendly people, goes around Sri Lanka spreading, buying things, spreading, distributing income. Then also you're going to get a rich guy, a millionaire or so-called, like come in a jet, stay in a 5-star resort and go away. He has a huge amount of leakage. What we need is a quality tourist, not rich tourists or not poor tourists. What we need is a good quality tourist. Maybe a small amount, I mean, 1 million or 2 million quality tourists is 100 times or 1,000 times better than 4 or 5 or 6 million normal tourists. So that's the debate. But to get the quality tourists, it's not like you can do a vetting process, right? You can't ask questions in the arrival department, are you quality or not? That's not going to work. And again, what I'm saying doesn't work over time. We need to strengthen our own products. We need to be creative. We need to be creative to attract these type of guests. We need to educate our public, and also we need to educate our travel and tourism industry people about wildlife, about nature, about culture, so they could present a quality amazing product whenever they go around Sri Lanka or whenever they go around abroad. So for that, I think we need to create a debate. We need to have a lot of people coming with a lot of ideas. Those ideas need to talk about. I think in Sri Lanka we don't really have anything called any R&D program. We only just do what others would do. Our tourism industry, for me, I think is more of a copycat of what other countries do. We don't really think about creating inherent products. So we need to think about that. In a way, what I'm doing is that creating a debate. So I'll ask you guys to comment on me, and this is the first time I'm doing such a vlog, and I'll try to do more and more. And I just ask you guys, like, if you want to save elements or if you want to save the environment, it's not just about physically go and saving or changing a Facebook page. It's about being sustainable or being mindful of what you're doing. You can start from your own office. You can start from your own home. And global warming is coming up. I mean, we just see what Colombo weather and what's happening in Sri Lanka. So I don't want to drag this along. It was actually harder than I thought also. So we start this. Sure, I mean, also just give me comments and everything about, if this is good or not. And yeah, we just let us make a better world. Let us make a better travel and tourism industry. Thank you.